Hello, class one. We are going to work in our sketchbooks today, and we're going to start with the very first page, and we're going to try to work through 5 pages of our sketchbook today. And you can take the time to really fill it in, but I'll work with you through this video and just remind you of how color mixing works. I think you remember a lot of this from last year, but this will be a nice review for you all. So we are going to visualize this down here. So your first page of your book, I'm going to just move my computer off a little, says color. Okay, color. And we have to remember back a little bit, but our primary colors are R, Y, and B. And that stands for red, yellow, and blue. So I'm just going to color these in. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're reminding ourselves by actually doing the coloring. It helps trigger memories in our brain from last year. So there's red. Here's the yellow. And then we obviously have blue. There we go. Very good. And you can color those in really good. So we know that red, yellow, and blue come together down here again. So color our boxes blue, yellow, and red. And then look over here. I have red, B for blue, and Y for yellow. Now remember, you can always pause the video. That is the beauty of a video. Woohoo! So let's see if we remember when we mix red and yellow together, we get orange. Red and yellow create orange. Okay. Yellow and blue, I remember too. It creates green. So color the green in. And then blue plus red, when we mix those together, we get purple. And you can understand that when you see the O, the G, and the P. So when you do all that work, what you end up with, and we're going to turn our page, is the rainbow. So we have purple, typically is on the inside, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. And this is our typical rainbow. And again, you can see how it works because we have red and yellow, and in between them is orange. We have yellow and blue, and in between those color is green. We have blue here and red. So we have to kind of imagine red is right in this area, making purple, okay? So I'd love for you to finish out your rainbow with Roy, G, B, P. Roy, G, B, P. Okay? Now, you can pause and work. And now, I'm going to move on to this page. What color do you get when we mix all the primary colors together? okay? Red, blue, and yellow will give you brown, okay? Also, if you mix a primary color with a secondary color and another secondary color, you will get brown. If you do two primaries and a secondary, you'll get brown. In this case, you will not get brown. In this case, you'll get green because if you noticed, this would just mix into green. What I was trying to say is if you mixed colors with all three primary colors in them, here we have blue, red, yellow, and green, you will get brown, okay? So think about that. Sometimes I forget when I'm painting and I'll mix something and before I know it, my paint turned brown on me or a weird gray color. And that's when you mix too many colors together at the same time. You will get a lovely Hershey's Chocolate Kiss brown. And if you have time, please color in Gronk. He would love his picture colored in. He is always up for a good time in the middle of our session here. Okay, so going to our next page, we have what is called a color wheel. And this is what is super important for today's lesson, okay? So what I'd like us to do now is color in R for red. So color this in. We will be using a color wheel in art class from now until you graduate, okay? It is important. So red, let's just do all our primary colors. Yellow. And I'm using colored pencils. Markers are great. Crayons are great. Twistables are very fun to use. Red, yellow, and blue. And in our next art project, we are going to be mixing these primary colors so that you can enjoy the process of mixing these. So let's remind ourselves, red and yellow, red and yellow. You're right, orange. That is the color of my bedroom when I was your age. The brightest orange you could get. Blue and yellow. Blue and yellow makes green. So what you're seeing here is the rainbow again, but now it's on a circle or a wheel, which is very, very convenient when we're about ready to talk about the other words we're going to learn today in art. So here we have what's called a simple color wheel, okay? And this says the color wheel is a tool an artist uses to see the relationships between colors. The relationships between colors. Let me get rid of this crazy ad. There we go. Okay. I'm going to keep my color wheel out while we talk about the next page. This page says complementary colors found on the opposite sides of the color wheel. So what that means is if you look at one color here and you go to the opposite side of the color wheel, these two colors, purple and yellow, are complementary colors. Let's try another one. If I pick green, what is its complementary color? Red. If I pick blue, what is its complementary color? Orange. These opposite colors on the color wheel are the most contrasting colors, and they will create the most pop in art. So let's do complementary colors right here. I think we know R is red. Okay. When we look across red to the other side of the color wheel, we see green. Red and green are complementary colors. They have the most contrast. Okay, so when you use red and green together in your art, you will have the most pop, they call it, the most, woo, the most obvious color popping available to you. So I've got orange. Orange, I'm going to go across. Is it purple? No. Across is blue. Orange and blue are complementary colors. Here we have Y. Y is our yellow. Color in that yellow. And when you are using yellow in your art and you want the most contrast, you want it to pop, then you are going to reach for purple. It's complementary color. Make sure you fill these pages out, looking at your color wheel and understanding that colors on the opposite side of your color wheel are complementary and they contrast. We will continue to talk about color, and I hope that you have enjoyed and will remember the opposite colors on the wheel are complementary and contrasting.